Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Griselda. As you can see by the title of this video, today we are going to be doing this eyeshadow makeup look using a brand new eyeshadow palette that I just got, and I was literally so excited to use because when I saw it and I was just like a little overwhelmed because my brain was just like, oh my god, I can create so many different looks with this eyeshadow palette. There was like a specific eyeshadow that caught my eye and I'm like, I have to use it in this video. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And also I am rocking my natural short hair. For those that don't know, I went through this dramatic thing with my hair. I still get a lot of questions about my hair and what happened, and a lot of people are like very confused because they're like, what happened to your hair and why did you cut it? And I'm like, only if you knew, I did not cut my hair. But I finally feel super comfortable wearing my hair short, and not fully, but I feel like there's certain like hairstyles that like I feel comfortable wearing, kind of like this, but it's still not me, you know? And it's different when I feel like you choose to cut your hair short. I feel like that's different than just having someone mess up your hair and then have to go through this whole process of like regrowing. And I still wake up every morning still looking in the mirror and like being very, very sad about it. I will be very honest, there has been times where I've like cried. Like when I look in the mirror, I just like cry because it's very depressing, but I'm learning to embrace my hair. It is very different for me to like look at myself and I'm just like, yeah, that's what my hair looks like. But anyways, enough of that. Today we're gonna be focusing on this eyeshadow. So if you wanna see how I create this beautiful eyeshadow look, then just keep on watching. All right, let's go ahead and get into this makeup look. I'm so excited because I just got this Blend Away 2022 eyeshadow palette from P.Louise. I actually have one of their other palettes and I don't know why I haven't used it, but can we take a look at this? Like, look at all of these colors. They're so, so beautiful. Like, let me show you. I need you guys to like get a close-up of this. All of these shadows. You don't need any other palette. And of course, we're gonna start off by priming the eyes with the P.Louise base. And we're just gonna apply a little bit of that in the back of the hand. And I'm gonna be using the shade Rumour 04. This is an old Morphe brush, doesn't have a number, but we're just gonna pick that up. We're gonna place that on the lid. This video was supposed to be up on Valentine's Day. I didn't get a chance to film or upload it before Valentine's Day, so I just decided to post it today. I was gonna do a more traditional Valentine's Day look, and then I was like, you know what? We're just gonna be doing something else and take away all of the pressure, because I feel like we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to do certain things that we plan out, and then sometimes it just doesn't work that way. So that is my new mentality, and here I am. You always want to make sure that you buff out the edges of the base towards the outer corner and also the inner corner, because once you set that, it's a wrap. You want to make sure that it just looks seamless towards the outer corner. I'm gonna grab a little bit of translucent powder, and we're gonna use that same brush, but we're just gonna flip it over, and we're just going to first blend this line out, and then we are going to set. Bless everyone that doesn't need an eye base to do eyeshadow, because if I did that, my eyeshadow would turn into a cream fest. That is how oily my eyelids are. I'm like looking at this palette and I'm like, what color do I want to use? I definitely want to use this color right here. Like when I tell you, it's giving very like, it's giving it needs to be on my lid. It's like reflecting gold but like coral at the same time, and it's gonna look so beautiful on the lid. But we're gonna start off by using I Want It All, which is this color here, and then we're gonna move on to this one right next to it called Determined. We are gonna use this small taper blending brush. It's the E45 Max by Sigma, and we're gonna pick up I Want It All, and that's gonna be our first transition shade, and it's gonna go beautifully with that Try Again shade that's gonna go on the lid. This color is giving very soft peach, and I am loving the shade. I wanted to incorporate a little bit of pink, but I think we're just gonna stick to like warm shades. I'm actually filming this on actual Valentine's Day, and I don't have any plans. There's been so much going on that I haven't even thought about doing anything. This 217 brush has always been like my go-to for like a crease moment, because it really gets the color deposited into the crease very nicely. And we're just using that second shade called Determined just to add a little bit of depth. And I'm actually using the tip of the brush, and I'm making sure that this part is like flat on the lid, so it really gets into the crease. I can't remember the last time that I did colors like this on my eyes, because you guys know, as of lately, I have really been just sticking to neutrals. But once I got this eyeshadow palette, I got so excited, and I'm like, oh my god, so many ideas ran through my head that I was just like, I cannot wait to like put this palette to use. So I like to grab the brush back here just so I don't put too much pressure. Sometimes if you're heavy-handed, what ends up happening is that you blend the colors too much and they end up turning muddy. So you want to make sure that the less pressure, the better, so you can just blend the shades together. Then I'm just gonna go back in with that Sigma brush and then just blend everything together. We're gonna pick up this color called Winging It, and we're gonna use that same brush. These eyeshadows are very pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way, and I'm just applying it mainly on the outer corner. Because I have kind of hooded eyes, I bring the color upwards like this, because if I just put it in the crease, like when I look straight, you're not gonna be able to see it. So I always like to bring it upwards. So I like look down into the mirror and then I bring it up. So essentially I can see where my eyeball is, like here, and I use that as a guide. Because if I look straight and I put it right into the crease, you're not gonna be able to see it. So I always like to bring it up a little higher. And then I always keep this brush handy, because then I like to go in and blend everything out. And then we're just gonna deepen that a little bit more. Now I'm just grabbing a pencil brush. This one is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill brush, JH39. And I'm picking up that same color called Wing It. And I'm going to run it across my lash line. And then I'm also gonna use that just to add a little bit more depth, because obviously using a more dense brush is going to apply the color directly onto where you want it, and then this is just going to blend it out. So now I can just go back in and blend that out so there's no harsh lines. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys are enjoying my vlogs and what else you guys want to see. It is a little difficult because I'm like creating content for all platforms, and sometimes I feel like super overwhelmed, but I'm like, should I film this for this? Should I film that for that? It's a little crazy, but I'm trying to like get on a schedule, which helps. But you know, as we all know it, life happens and sometimes like things get in the way, but it's all about perspective and how you look at things, and you just got to keep pushing through every obstacle, and because that is the goal. We're getting somewhere with these shades. This is giving me very fall, and I know we're not in fall anymore, we're in winter, but that's okay. The time has come to use this really beautiful shade. Okay, we're just gonna use our finger. Do you guys see this? It is such a beautiful shade. Very holographic. And I like to use my finger because it warms up the eyeshadow. It blends into the lid a lot better. Wow, I cannot. This eyeshadow, I knew this eyeshadow color was going to be it. The minute I laid eyes on it, I was like, yeah, we're definitely using this because that is such a stunning color. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go back in with my 217 by MAC and just kind of blend everything together. You don't want to lose that definition. It's all about transitioning all the colors and making sure that they're nicely blended together, where you just can't really tell which color starts where, but you know, look at that. Do we see what's happening here? This makes me so happy. It took P.Louise to send me this palette to get excited about color again. Okay, so I really want to stick to like browns. I feel like the black was going to be too intense. I want to keep it kind of like more on the softer brown side. I really have been loving this Better Than Sex Easy Glide Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Chocolate. You have to shake it really well. And honestly, this has been like my go-to eyeliner when I want to use a brown, because it's just like so beautiful, and also it glides on very smoothly. We're gonna grab our little powder puff, and then we are going to just wing it. Do you guys see how easy that was? The applicator is so beginner friendly. If you are not good at eyeliner, this will change the way that you think about eyeliner. Like, you won't be afraid of applying eyeliner with this eyeliner because of the applicator. It makes it super easy to glide on. The applicator already has like that shape that's gonna make it super easy for you to create that wing. Like, look at this. It took me 2 seconds. Granted, I've been doing this for like 13 years, but also I feel like it has everything to do with the applicator of the eyeliner. It's really important to have support when you do the eyeliner, because then like that your hands won't be as shaky. If you're already going in with fearing the eyeliner, that's a wrap for you. Yeah, I feel like the black would have definitely took it to the next level, and I think the brown is just like perfection. I really have been trying to like put everything back in its place as I'm using it, because I honestly hate having a mess. I'm gonna do a small coat of mascara because of course we're gonna do falsies. I'm gonna be using the Fantasize mascara by One Size. And I also curled my lashes in the beginning because sometimes I curl them too much. It's hard for me to apply my lashes. The curl will slowly uncurl, if that makes sense. So it'll be easier for me to apply my lashes. I will put black eyeliner at the top of my lash line to kind of disguise. It also makes your lashes look a lot fuller. And for my bottom waterline, I'm gonna go in with the Artist Color Pencil in the shade Boneless Bisque. So for lashes, we're gonna be using the 425 Ardell lashes. These are from the Naked Lash Collection. I feel like I have to trim them just a little bit. I'm gonna trim the end of the lash. I want the lashes to be somewhat natural, kind of blending in with my own lashes. That's why I didn't want to go with a super dramatic lash. I wanted to enhance my own lashes, but not like, but I don't want it to be like too dramatic. I have to be careful with the type of lash that I wear when I've spent so much time blending. I want you to be able to see the eyeshadow, so I want the lashes to be somewhat full, but like I want them to be like sparse in between, so my lashes can kind of like fall in between those sparse areas. We're gonna pick up Determine with this. This is the Morphe M506 brush. If you do not have this brush, you need to get it because it's great to blend at the bottom, but also kind of if you want like a detailed crease, this is gonna be the brush for you. I just kind of want a wash of color down here. I always like to grab like a lighter shade. I always like to grab like a lighter matte shade and place it in the inner corner. I'm using this color right here called Chasing More. This technique definitely helps open up your eyes and it almost gives it like that flirtatious look. So for blush, we're going to be using the One Size. This is the Cheek Clapper in the shade Fat Ass. It comes with 3 shades. It comes with a cream, which clearly I haven't used. And then it comes with a powder and then a shimmer powder. We're gonna use just the match side because when I do a shimmery eye, I try to stay away from doing a lot of shimmer on the face because it's too much for me. So I'm gonna be grabbing this Hourglass brush that I used earlier to do my face. We're gonna pick this up. These powders are very pigmented. I like to always press any extra product that the brush may have on the back of my hand so it's not too pigmented on the cheeks. I definitely have made the mistake before where I just dive in with the blush and then it just kind of like this, then I just have to go back in and buff it out. But I saw I'm not a good multitasker because I was talking and then I picked it up and then I put it on my face instead of like buffing it out in the back of my hand. Moving on to the lips, we're going to keep it extremely neutral. And then please forgive me if this color is no longer available, but I feel like this is just like a perfect shade for this makeup look. This is the Milani Understatement lip liner, and when I tell you this is like, I'm trying not to use it as much because I don't know if they make it anymore. Before we move on to the lips, we're gonna remove all of this crustiness because my lips are crusty right now. We're gonna use a Neutrogena wipe and we're gonna just remove all that extra foundation and dead skin. We're gonna line the lips with this. What I've been doing lately, I've been really just running the lip liner across my Cupid's bow to give my lips a powderier look. Not that I need it, but I really just love how it looks. And I always like to overdraw. Again, not that I need it. Lately, I have just been applying lip liner and gloss, and I'm gonna be using Fussy Heat 02 Gloss Bomb by Fenty, and I blend the lip liner into the gloss with the applicator. All right, so this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this non-neutral makeup look. I feel like it is a little bit more on the neutral side, but it still has a little bit of pop of color. This eyeshadow palette is definitely going to be loved in 2023 because I feel like there's so many different looks that you can create with this eyeshadow palette itself. Is it travel friendly? No, but are you going to be using all of those colors when you travel? I don't think so either, but it is a good eyeshadow palette to have in your kit, and it's a palette that you can create so many different looks. You can do neutral, dramatic, colorful, like there's so many possibilities that eyeshadow palette has that you definitely should get your hands on it. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video.